مزيد ثلاثي في حرف واحد مثل أفعل فعل فعل. أفعل it has two meanings. The first is ta'diyya. This means that the verb changes from a verb lazim to a verb muta'addi, meaning that it needs a maf'ul bihi. For example, jalasa al-tifl. If we add an alif for it to become ajlasa al-ab tifluhu, we require the maf'ul bihi. The second meaning is sayrura al-man. This means that it changes into something else. For example, thamara, athmara, ash-shajara. Fa'ala, this has two meanings also. The first is participation again. So this is when an act is done with another person. For example, la'iba al-waladu. We could change that to la'aba al-abu waladu, meaning they are doing it together. The second meaning is sayrura ma'na. This is done a changing of states from one state to another. So afa Allahu al-marid, the person becomes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala changes the person's state from sickness to wellness. Fa'ala, this has two meanings also. The first is ta'diyya. Again, we're increasing the number of maf'ul bihis. So fahama al-tullab al-darsa. If we were to change that to fahama al-muallimu al-talib al-darsa, this has a few different meanings. It tells us that the teacher has had to repeatedly explain something in order for the students to understand. And it also increases the number of maf'ul bihis in the sentence. Second meaning is ikhtasar. The meaning here is that the person is an abridged form of the sentence. So rather than saying the whole sentence, that, for example, the mu'adhin says Allahu Akbar, we would say kabbar al-mu'adhin, ma'na he has said Allahu Akbar, so we shorten it, it abridges the sentence. Increasing a 3-letter verb by two letters. For example, alif and noon in fa'ala, alif and ta in ifta'ala, ta and alif in taf'ala, tafa'ala afwan, and ta and shadda in taf'ala, and if'ala, if'ala afwan. So in fa'ala, this has one meaning that there's ease in doing the verb. The fa'il is absent. For example, kasartu al-kub, I broke the glass. Inkasara means the glass was broken, but we don't know who did it. It's unclear as to who the fa'il was. Ifta'ala, this has two meanings. So the first one is takthir, as in it happened a lot of times. So it's not a one-off, it happened multiple times. And the second meaning is participation again. So it's not something that happens on our own. So jama'a becomes ijtama'a. So al-fariqan fi mubara. It has to be that there's more than one person involved in it. It's not done on our own. Tafa'ala has two meanings. So the first is participation. So it's an act which can't be done on one's own. So it has to be done with more than one person in that verb form. And the second meaning is that somebody the opposite of what is true. So for appearances, they will say something, but in reality, it's something different. For example, nama and tanawama, the difference between these would be that the person is pretending to sleep. She's not actually wanting to sleep. Tafa'ala has two meanings. The first is there's ease in the action of the verb, there's no difficulty in it. And the second is to encourage, so to encourage or to, again, not actually show what you're really feeling, but to go towards something that's different for the sake of, but for a reason. If ala, this has a meaning of takfir or mubalagha, so this is like to be overpowered by something. So for example, marat az-zahra, this means that it's kind of overpowered by the by one color. This can be used for colors or for an illness. So i'wara would imply a person goes from having both eyes to becoming one-eyed. So they've become overpowered by the illness of the problem with the eyes. مزيد الثلاثي بثلاثة أحرف. This تفعل. This has two meanings. The first is a request, and there's difficulty in responding to this request. This would be, for example, خرج المهندس البترول would become استخرج المهندس البترول if there is some difficulty in the request that's being made. The second meaning is السيرورة, معنى to change from one state to another, to a new state. For example, when clay turns to stone, if it's put in the sun and hardened. So we'd say استحجر الطين, i.e. the clay became stone.